Strawberry. Hashtag the smoke.
That is right. Hashtag Dirty South. Nice quiet evening here. Nice and windy. I can feel it's going to be chilly starting this week. Some sweatshirt mornings. So I hope everybody else is doing well out there. Yep, birthday equals cards. I have been opening up my share of those today. Bought a few yesterday on my. Just went around. I like Saturdays just to go places, see different parts of North Carolina. Been here going on 3 years. So I just like to do that, and I use my hobby as an excuse to do that. And so really, really enjoy that. I did go to a hobby car shop yesterday, and I will definitely be talking more about that. Hey, thank you, sir. Thanks, Xenix. I appreciate that. So yeah, I went out to Cary area to limit. I go there. It was my birthday weekend. So instead of going home this weekend like I usually do for my birthday, I decided to stick around here and just relax and quiet weekend and enjoy things I like to enjoy, which I do back home too. My family is really cool, so they to spend time with me. They let me do things I want to do. Just they want to spend time with me. But anyway, I just decided instead of doing that drive, I drove out to Cary with the Limited Run Games, which is a company that takes games that are digital or older games, and they reprint them for newer systems, and so you can have physical copies. And I like to go there just to see what they got. But it was an excuse to get closer to another card shop that I've been seeing that's been popping up on my Facebook page called Triangle. Triangle something sport cards, and they do all kinds of stuff. And like I said yesterday, I think that is the future of this hobby is not so much the vintage versus, I saw again Orlando did a video talking about getting kids in a hobby to collect instead of flipping. And I really think in Orlando sells cards to buy new cards. So I think people don't understand that we all do some flipping, but I know not to the extent of what the difference is and what they're meaning by is walking around with just a little case and that's your whole inventory. But if that's the future, that's the future. That's the way they like to do it. And I don't think that's going to be the whole future. There's always going to be collectors. There's always going to be, but going to this card shop, I did see what that future holds. And thank you, Brian. How you doing tonight? So, by having boxes on boxes and people buying them, not really knowing what's even in the box. First thing when I bought a box of, let me see if I got it over here. Yeah. So I bought a box of Wonder, right? Hobby box. It's just Topps did this a little backwards. They did Topps Chrome for Disney. Then it came out with this Wonder product, which is not a chromium, but there's 3 tiers, and it's more like a rainbow on the 3rd tier. So it's a unique way of doing things. Pretty cool. I don't like the tier system too much in other products. How do you do it? What's up, Doc? But man, And the first thing that back to what I was saying was, what's the chase in this? And it took me back to the another LCS I went to in Greensville, South Carolina. I bought a box of annual DC Comics annual. First question: what's the chase in this? Not is this a fun product to open? Nothing. What's the chase? What's the big money draw to this? And I come from a different era, where I want to have entertainment and opening it. The chase for me is I wanted to tell them like in this is Winnie the Pooh is my chase, right? But yeah, I love Disney. I grew up a Disney kid. I tell people when I was a child, I say Disney kid, but preteen, young child, Disney household, grew up with Disney. Sunday evenings, I don't know if anybody else remembers, but Sunday evenings, like 6-7 o'clock, they had the Disney hour or whatever. And then they had the guy that had a watch that did jump time. I remember just that as a kid on Sundays, because that kind of let me know, hey, the weekend is over. It's time to watch TV, take your shower, and get ready to go to school on Monday. Just sold out of those Wonder Mega boxes at our store. Disney fans spend a lot. Yeah, and I've been learning too, Xenix, is like a couple of cards that I've hit. So I hit a princess card. Let me see if I can get that for you. So this one right here, as you can see, it's got the Mickey Mouse background. It's the live action. So this one raw, and I'm going to talk about value because it's not a shame to talk about value. It's going for like $100-$150, right? I've seen it as low as $45 as well. But I'm going to get it graded, and I don't know what we're going to do after that. It was called The Wonderful World of Disney. There you go, D. Pires. Thank you very much. I knew it would be some. D's around my age, I think. Wonderful World of Disney was great. Let you know that your Sunday was winding down, but it was awesome. You always sat there and watched it. It was one of those things where I sat on the floor and just stared at the TV. My attention was taken for that hour, right? And the parents loved it. It's a way to get me to chill out and relax and chill out to settle down to go to bed. But yeah, I grew up in that time and nostalgic. The older I get, the more nostalgic I get. I'm finding that out. Picked up some Winnie the Pooh stuff, and somebody's like, Winnie the Pooh at work, and I'm like, yeah, I know that's strange, but I just remember it as a child. Winnie the Pooh stuff. What's up, Philippines? But back to the show, the card, card shop. I don't want to say LCS because it's an hour and a half from me, if not more. But that's probably where I'll take my Chrome Otanis and Judges if Judge wins the MVP. But Cal Raleigh has a very good shot at winning the American League MVP. Hey, we got Dave in the house. Hey, what's up, Dave?
What's up? I didn't want to leave you alone on your birthday.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Jump on and help you out a little bit.
Yeah, well, I know it's your birthday weekend, but you got to do something about that hat. I have 2 screens going. B Scott in the game. That's not job. I got the game too, man. That's why I got the hat on. Couple of home teams won this week. Finally, David. So home teams won this last couple of games. I thought it was going to be a repeat of a few years ago. And that if anybody wants to argue about Ohtani being the greatest, you can't talk to me, because I can tell you right now what he's doing. Second, if he can keep his arm healthy, we're not going to see anything like this ever again, probably. Or is this going to be the norm? I don't know, but there's been a couple other players that's come up with that. But back to the LCS, which I said, the the way it was laid out with all the tables, nothing crazy, TVs, nothing crazy, but the amount of boxes and blasters and they were reasonably priced. They had 10 people working in there, 10 associates working on a Saturday afternoon. You're lucky to see one or two sitting in chairs watching TV on a Saturday afternoon, chatting with the regulars. But it was busy, and it looked like everybody had what they knew, what they were covering. Yeah, Henry, I'm with you. But my family was one of the first to, man, Springer was when y'all are early again. I was one of the first families to have cable, but even then you didn't have very many. It was like 3 or 4 channels maybe. Man, these people don't even know. Now you got 4 ABC channels and crazy things like that. But I really think the future is flipping and higher end cards, the inserts, the base is going to be. There's going to be, and I think there's always going to be people that are going to collect this stuff and be collectors more so than flippers. But I think the new age, it brings more excitement to the game. It just brings another level to the experience. When it comes to this new age of collecting. And I think that's just the way it is. We don't have to accept it, but you don't have to join into it either. But I just think a new one, because it wasn't much vintage there, but vintage is flipping too. It doesn't matter how old the card is to flip it, to buy something else. I think the excitement is there in the buying and selling and just winning, having to win. So, that's the way I feel. Dave, have you been into a card shop here lately, or do you have an older one that's been around for a while, or what do you have around?
My buddy has this brand new one, but I haven't been up there since like National Baseball Card Day or something. And then there's another one right by my house that's been around for a long time, probably since somewhere in the 90s ish. I haven't been there in a while. I usually just go get some supplies. So,
right. The one I had in Iowa, that was strictly something I would have went to in the early 80s. Nothing really changed, and he probably won't change, and he'll do just fine. I just think the new one is going to. These new stores like Ryan has opened up and pushed, and they're all going to have a YouTube channel. They're all going to have a high visibility on social media. I think that is the future of the card shop. Ryan did it. What's that?
You have to. They have to.
And Ryan's. I think Ryan was one of the first ones to start it. Kentucky Roadshow took it to another level, and then Jeff Wilson took it to another level. Now we'll see what happens with that, and the best to all of them. I've been to Ryan's shop; it's not that big, but what he does have is a lot of boxes. It's set up for buying and selling, a lot of flipping. All of them now are doing. They have to do something with PSA, so I think that's the future. So, well, there you go. Blue Jays first hit. I'm not upset about it if the Blue Jays win. I just, I like Vlad. I like Bichette. I like the Blue Jays as well. I just like the big dumper to get in there and catcher. But I also like Kirk. I'm going to root for either one of these teams that make it, especially against the Dodgers. I can't stand the Dodgers. So even watching Shohei and Freddie Freeman, you can't get mad with Freddie Freeman getting a ring. You can't get mad with Shohei getting a ring. The Dodgers just one of those organizations that I just don't want to see win. And why? And then here I'm gonna get into why I kind of named my thing tonight the genius sports car guy, Big Scott 30. What's up, Jeff? Big Scott 35 Wilson is because I kind of last couple of weeks I've been watching, to me, newer channels. Channels have been around for 3-4 years. Kind of came in through the boom. And I wanted not to be talking out of both sides of my mouth, because I never really looked to see how long I've been on. Dave, you know how long I've been on YouTube now?
Like 8 years?
Almost 7.5 years. 8 years in May. So I was like, that shocked me. I was thinking 5 to 6. I was like, and it's been so fun, and sometimes it's a grind. Sometimes you get caught up in it. But this Sunday night, I wouldn't give it up for anything. If I gave up everything else, I'd come on here just talk to a screen. Yeah, Henry, and it's probably the same exact way, Henry, that it's always been. And it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying a new style, old style, nothing's wrong. I just think seeing this new style, these old styles are start going away, and this new style with high energy, high volume, a lot of stuff moving parts is what we're going to see. Almost like a department store of hobby with TCG and let me tell you, if your hobby store is not doing TCG, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. You have to get in that game. You have to. And they weren't even playing Pokemon when I was there. They're playing Star Wars Ultimate. Kirk almost got one. But that's just the reality of it. Like
Big Scott.
Hi.
It's Big Scott's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I got a Disney card. But yeah, but what I've been noticing is these people have been coming on and talking about things like it's brand new, like this new thing, but the discussion heavy this week. And I know it's just a lot of it. You got to have something to talk about. That's my grandma's biggest line. I got to have something to talk about. But my God, don't sit here and bring it up like you're the genius in the room and you're the one that's figured it out. That PSA with the upcharging of cards, once they get there and they grade it and they do nothing different. I've been talking about this for over 5 years when I was looking at my channel last night. And for me, it wasn't $4,000 I was talking about, but that's not for the 99% of the people that with this. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Yeah. I will. You know what? For Pepino, I'll be okay with him winning the 2. They don't give him a ring. But they talk about it like they figured it out. Like they're the ones that saw this. This has been going on, and I'm not saying I'm the one. Everybody, I've had group talks about this for years now, and for them to take a card that is yours, and because they graded it, they get a piece of the pie. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And then to say that the $4,000, they talked about with me, mine was $75 with the Trouts. And, one Mike Trout. One was a 10 and two's 9s. Well, those cards, those trouts are not nearly as expensive as they were. So do I write them back? Do they send me back my $75 today? No. Did they do anything special with those cards? No. Did they get sent in a special container to me? Nope. And let me tell you, I've talked to two people at post offices, and I know other people have talked to people at post offices. When I'm talking about the people that run it, I've even talked to one of the general, whatever they're called, the people that run, a whole area of them. And good luck getting your money back if the card goes missing to begin with, because with those, it's a hard paper trail to even know how much that card costs, where it was lost, who's entitled of it, because they're going to want to give you whatever you paid for it, and you didn't pay what you're thinking that is. It is not a appraisal of anyone and an insurance company of that price. So it is basically you're just making up a price and going, give me my money. So it would be very tough to get that money anyway. And they're only going to pay a couple $100, if that, for insurance purposes. But them being a company, they should already have an agreement with United States Postal Service. I know I did when I worked at businesses that did a lot of shipping. You already have an agreement for things like that. So you don't even have to worry about those things. So it's all about putting more money, even moving that comma even more for those guys at PSA. And it's hard to bitch about it when I just put 5 cards in to be sent to PSA yesterday. So, because just like our buddy Fabian said in our group chat, as much as we love CGC, you cannot sell CGC cards because people buy the flip. They don't buy the cards. As much as we all say we buy the cards, but the flip is what's being sold. Because if it wasn't, then all the cards would be the same price no matter what was on the top of it or what plastic it was in. Thank you, battery. In dog years, whoo, I don't know. You tell me. We're probably about the same age. So, no, I didn't get a birthday discount, but I did get cards back as well, which y'all will see on Wednesday. But I feel like 54. I am 54. So today, I feel like I'm 104. My knees today, man. The weather here has been getting chilly, windy, and my knees feel like creaking door hinges walking around today. If you couldn't tell when I got up. I mean, you do some grading, David. I mean, what do you think on I mean, this is nothing new with them upcharging. This has been going on probably 6-7 years.
Yeah, but I haven't graded in a long time. Like since it, I mean, I think the most I paid was $14 a card. Back with JT.
Yeah.
That was mid-COVID. So yeah, I haven't graded with PSA since then. I think I sent some stuff to SGC with Mike O. But I haven't really graded in a while. I've been mostly doing raw now. So
batteries tonight on REA, like all that Batman from the Batman 66 series. I know that REA is supposed to have that coming up sometime in October, and a lot of Walking Dead costumes this month too. But
once I wasn't able to flip cheap cards anymore, to pay for my submission, it wasn't worth me doing it.
Right. I'm still doing that pretty well. Where I don't know, they're not really cheap. I got a box. I got a 5-row full of cards that, for whatever reason, I want to get graded, and I just go through, pull out 2 that I want to sell, and That's what I send. And this time I got kind of, and it's always a gamble because one I wanted to sell, I got back as a 7, so that one hurt. That one hurt a little bit. It sees they're grading a lot tougher than they did, and I'm all for that as long as they stay consistent. But again, they're not going to grade my cards at $22 any differently than somebody that sends it in and pays $175, $1,000, whatever. The same thing goes into it. It is, I was thinking about, because everybody at one time was saying, "Oh, it's like Target, Walmart. One company's this, one company's that, and one's the and it's not even a company name. It's like you have the Target bag, a Walmart bag, and I don't know, J.C. Penney's, or what's fancy out there, Belk. I don't know. And there's a shirt inside of it, and that shirt, all of a sudden, at Target and Walmart, you got it for $12, and you went to the third store, it was labeled at 12, and you got up to the counter, and it went into a nicer bag, and they looked online and saw it was more expensive, and they upcharged you for these extra things, but it's the same shirt. That's what it's more like. And and to me, I think you said it in the group chat, CGC seems to look better with all cards, where the red offsets some cards. I've heard it looked like a band from a hospital. I've heard it being descriptive of that. And I'm not trying to put down PSA by any means, but it just seems to me that this has been around for a while, and then for somebody. And it seems like, if you got the name professor, doctor, not excluding our doctor exclusive, or the last name Wilson, because I think this is what set it off, was Jeff Wilson said, and what a stupid statement this was, that you're complaining about $4,000, but they increased your card by like 10 times. But maybe that person didn't want to sell it. Maybe that person wanted to keep the card. It's a stupid statement that everybody plays in the same sandbox. Because right now, if I pull, I don't know, what's Dart? Right now, Dart is lighting it up for the Giants. I pull 1 of 1 RPA. Can I even afford to get that graded if it comes back a 10? I would have to leave that at PSA probably. I don't know if I could afford that. So that's my problem with that. Interesting tidbit. I'm also a Batman 66 fan, and I found out there was an Uno card deck with some nice photos, where there's also NFL Uno card decks with player pictures on team logos. Yes, I saw the Uno football decks. I think they're last year's cards, though. If I'm not mistaken. Because I almost picked up some, because they're not all the same. They're like buying packs of cards, so you're going to have different players in them. Not sure those aren't. Yeah, I got you, Battery. The only reason why I ask is because they had those at the National on display, and I could have sworn that October was when that one was going. Because while we were there, I think one was on the ending side of things. And the other thing is, because I had this at work this week or last week, and now I'm hearing it here. And, people have been doing this for a few years and want to talk smack or kind of take jabs at people that have been doing this for a while. You need to kind of check yourselves. And I know, that type of stuff gets clicks and gets people to come onto your, watch your channel and to see what what's going to go wrong or what you're going to make fun of today. of other people. But I just, you know, you can't be doing this about 5 minutes and then kind of start biting on other people that have been doing this a lot longer than you. Right? You got to give them a little more leeway. And I would say that vice versa too. Somebody just starting out and they're trying to find their way. Uh, be there for support for them. So I've even said a couple weeks ago, oh, we got a nice hustle double from a Blue Jay. Right now I feel like our community on here is kind of toxic. I think you're okay if you stay within your group, but when you start going outside it or watch other people's stuff, or I don't know why. I think so many people now are looking at this as a means to. I mean, I watched the channel Friday night where 4 people were on there live, Dave, and not even hiding the fact that they were doing this to make money. Won't even hide the fact.
Yeah, that was a no-no back in the day.
And let me tell you, I don't care that you make money. I wish right now I could say, excuse me, I want to take 5 minutes to talk about Card Ladder. And Card Ladder, let me tell you, I'm you can hire me. I'm here. Monster, anybody, Jeff Wilson, as long as we don't have a moral issue, we're good.
If someone to pay me to sponsor some stuff, I might make more videos.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, go for it. But I don't know how just sitting there talking about, and it was almost like if you don't have enough people watching your stuff or sub to you, then it doesn't matter what you're saying or doing. I've had somebody tell me that in the past, that if I don't have enough, somebody that disagreed with me because I don't have enough subscribers, then it doesn't matter anyway what I say. But even though they took umbrage to what I was saying, I don't care how many you have. I think everybody has a voice, and if you're sharing stuff, I want to listen. That's why I always ask how people collect, because I want to learn. And I don't care if it's somebody with 6 cards walking around with a 12 card Z Folio or whatever, or I don't care. I just want to know, hey, what drives you? What are you doing? And if it's money, fine, let's talk about it. If it's a player, let's talk about it. I don't care. I just want to know. I don't think that's a bad. Because there's no wrong way to do this. Unless you get yourself financially bound up, and then you please reach out to people for help, or you can call helplines of addiction helplines for anything. And I could see that path very easily. And I think we all crossed that path, or we wouldn't be on YouTube talking about it. I think we all.
When you're spending that kind of money, you got to watch what you're doing. And sometimes you just got to stop. We know we have some friends that are just like, all right, chill for a while. I know I've been selling a lot of stuff lately just to pay some stuff down, and then I'll get back into my normal stuff. But that's just kind of how it is. You just can't overdo it where you really put yourself in a bind.
Right.
Know your limits and know where you need to. All right, it's time to chill and not just keep going. Or just be more specific on what you get.
That's where I'm at right now. I kind of talk about it before I get back from the national, and it's hard to turn that buying switch off for me. And all right, Toronto, first one's on the board. Guys on first and third. So, all right. They're hitting the ball. Toronto, both these teams put the ball at play. That's what I like. They're not all or nothing. It might turn out. And that was Biggio. No, not Biggio. You don't play there anymore. Who is that? I just got the barter. That was a nice rip too. But that's why I started stealing cards. It's so much more cost effective. There you go, battery. You know, it's all of a sudden my phone's listening to me. It won't listen to me most of the times it's locked, but okay, anyway. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, the dictionary part of it. Yeah.
To fix your phone's voice assistant, try checking that Hey Google or Siri is...
Jesus Christ. The addiction part of it. Yeah, right now I'm gonna have to stop. I got too much money floating around right now. I have to stop buying and start focusing on getting rid of stuff. To start looking for next year. I have a show next week here in town, or one town over, Hickory. I don't know if I'm going to go or not. Hopefully I'll work instead. I think I'm pretty much done for this year. So maybe pick up a card here and there, work on a set or something. Been really working on set building and going that route. And just having fun with that. Nice stop by Raleigh. I love a catcher. Anyway,
what you need is a Hall of Fame spreadsheet to keep you on track. And
I don't need Hall of Fame. I'm not a Hall of Fame collector. What I like to collect.
Modern day cards of Hall of Famers.
No. And let's see. I need to go back. I have a couple of sets. I have a hockey mascot set that I need to finish. I have a hockey goalie set that I need to finish, which they should not be very hard. Blue Jays up now 2-0.
This game 6 or 7?
6, but Blue Jays win. It goes to game 7. Am I right about that? Ain't it? Yeah, Seattle leads 3-2.
Yeah.
So then game 7 is tomorrow night. But then they don't play game 1 till Friday night. I don't get that. I don't know if the players like that. The Dodgers are going to have a week off, and then these two teams will have 4 days off. I mean, that'll put your best pitcher on a mound, most likely.
Well, they may want that. They may want the Dodgers to get a little stale and not be as hot as they were.
Man, yeah. Does anybody know who's got home field? Is it the best record, or how do they figure that out now? Who won the Liberty?
They changed it, right? Because it's not on the All-Star game anymore, right?
No, I thought it went back to record the way it used to be. At one time, it used to be every other year was American National League. That was the most ridiculous rule. That was so dumb. I'm sure Battery knows, or D-Pirates. But yeah, you got anything tonight, Dave, that you've been working on?
No, man, I haven't done. Man, all I've been doing lately is I've been rearranging my spreadsheet, just to get a little more user friendly for myself.
One thing I've been. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then I said I haven't really been buying anything new. I've been selling like a bunch of my graded stuff and then buying them back raw. So sell for $80, graded 10, then buy it back for $2. So
there you go.
So I've been doing just more of that. I haven't really bought anything new. I mean, I did buy a new Pennington yesterday for like $5. But no, since like August, I was buying some cheap stuff at the National. Just some cheap rookies I needed, and then that was I kind of just went on a selling spree for a little bit to get some, credit cards paid off since the National, because I always get hit with, every National I get hit with my car insurance like the week after I'm back. So
yeah, I remember you saying that at the National.
So it's every year, so I just, I want to get those down a little bit before I start, paying for stuff, and Christmas is coming up, and
right.
So I'll probably hit it a little harder in the new year, but I'm We're gonna take a pretty much good, solid break from buying anything spectacular. Well, we'll see what happens when 5-star comes out. Then
Right.
that'd be a different story.
Yeah, I mean that's so sport lots. I don't know if you saw my video on that where I took 200 cards, I flipped them into 2 David Wright autos.
Nice.
So I'll do that all day, man. Get rid of quarter cards, 50-cent cards to buy 2 nice autos, a David Wright or a Pete Alonso or somebody that I collect. I do that all day.
Yeah, you got to get rid of. Like, I don't have a whole lot of. I think I have 2.
Hey! Woo-hoo! What's up, buddy?
Oh, being Scott in the house.
Yeah, we got Beak in the house.
Yeah.
What
so
is up? Nice to see you, brother. Been missing you, man. Nice to see you.
Yeah. So I said, like, I already have 2 5,000 count boxes of cards that I don't particularly need. Just base junk. Everything else is just stuff I really kind of want.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get rid of stuff, but man, I get lazy. I get on a roll on posting, and I can tell when I start posting a lot, even if I don't sell those cards I'm posting, I don't know why. The more I post, the more I sell, and it might not even, like I said, but it's not even the cards I'm posting necessarily. It's just somehow Sport Lots doesn't really use an algorithm or anything. They just somehow somebody might buy one card and they go to my store. I just have 20,000 cards posted. So
I probably need to look into that site too. Get rid of some of my junk. I have everything pretty separated into team lots where I can just sell 100 cards for $3 or something. And
the easiest way to list on there is to have it by year. Company and year. So, but I have mine in player, so I have to do mine player by player.
Yeah, all my boxes have been team lots. Like, so I have a stack of, say, like however many cards that would be of, like, the Twins or
thanks, hitter.
And I have football and baseball. So
update Chrome is not out yet. I haven't heard of that one. Should be coming out soon. Sorry, I've been tired. I've been battling headaches all day because of the weather, so I've been popping pills. A little tired tonight. Chrome update usually is out by now, but I haven't even seen it on pre-order on Tops.com, and I'm on there almost every day.
Well, they're probably behind on everything.
Well, they're clear as mud. You don't have a release date system anymore. They just kind of pop up, in 3 days pre-sale or whatever. And you better be on there with the bots to buy all the bots to get in there. So, but I mean, you can find Topps Chrome. It's just readily on the shelves anytime you go into a store right now. To me, it's just, I can find that. Not all the time, but it's out there a lot more than I thought it would be.
Well, it's expensive.
I've had more fun. The retail to me is a little bit more work. If you're going to buy it, I feel retail's the way to go.
Well, I would just need it for the rookies, but like I can almost just buy those, and I don't really care about the color so much. So
right.
The base rookies are so cheap. I just can get them on eBay for $1 or $2 and.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't worry about it. I mean, that's all I need to collect. That's just me, I don't need the fancy parallels.
Yep. I like the fancy. I don't keep the fancy parallels either. I like to grade them and then sell them, and that's what I like to do with them. I can't wait for update period. It's going to have some good rookies. You're going to have Big Amish in there. You're going to have who else? I was thinking the other day. There's going to be some really good The kid from the Royals, I believe, is in that one. I can't say his name right off the top of my head. So it's going to be some pretty good rookies in that update. That's going to turn around this up where people are talking about this isn't a very good rookie class. I think the update's going to change that a little bit. Not going to be great, but it's going to be good. And you can't judge it for who knew Cal Raleigh was going to be the guy he is now. Cal Raleigh's not even in the Chrome. So if he's the MVP, sorry, you can't get your buybacks on Topps Chrome unless he's in top. They put him in update and they're going to do it in that. That might be what the holdup is. They went F and then get Cal Raleigh in there. So, which that is to me tells you what the people that run. Everybody wants to talk about who knows what and how much they know and how happy that they were because it was collectors buying a company and all this bullshit. When all these people are millionaires wanting to make more millions. That's all they are. Well, that's very true, Gary, but he had an actually good season last year. Just nobody knew about it. Well, he's already done better than Greg Jeffries, Henry. So everybody forgets Greg Jeffries got hurt either his rookie year or his second season. Hurt his leg. But he had an all-star career. I mean, I think he was a 4 or 5 time.
No, he was pretty good.
Yeah. And I mean, for 2 different teams.
He just got overshadowed by – he just wasn't a superstar. He's just a very good ball player.
Not everybody could be. I mean, let's talk about it for a minute. Today, Jesus Montero passed away today. This week's been crazy. Jesus Montero passes away after a motorcycle accident earlier in the week. 4 years in the league. But when he came up, man, he was supposed to be, Piazza. He's supposed to be like this big backstop and could hit. And he had a good rookie year with the Yankees and went to Seattle and didn't do much. Do you think a big guy like that would hold up playing catcher? You got to ask your catcher. He's built like a hydrant back there, but there's been big catchers that lasted. It's not ideal for the legs.
Well, they just moved to first base.
Or DH. That's the good thing about baseball now. I mean, because that's what Adley Rushman's going to be a first baseman before too long. And DH. And the Orioles have another great catcher there already. That's probably better than Adley Rushman. So that's the thing is like, I mean, so Mauer for the Twins had knee issues, went to first. Buster Posey wouldn't go to first, so he ended his career early. Gary Carter started playing a little outfield at first base. A lot of these catchers, not all of them are the guy from the Royals, or Molina, these guys they caught forever.
Yeah, even didn't Piazza end up becoming like a first base DH later in the career after the Mets?
He did, but he still caught every once in a while. But after the Mets, he only played 2 seasons. He got traded to the Marlins. He only played out the rest of that season there.
He played for the A's, didn't he?
I think he did for like one season. I think he should come back as a manager, or at least a coach. I don't know these guys that used to play come right back as managers. I don't get that all the time. Zach will be happy. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to touch on. The little name play today was just me having fun with who people listen to. It's like, oh, this guy doesn't make $1 million off of Oh, thank you. He did play with the Padres. Thank you, Pafasi. My brother from Iowa. Uh, we I just wanted to have a little fun with that because it's like if you don't make millions flipping, then a certain group out here, which is now the large market share of our community, just doesn't listen to you. And I don't get that. And the collector channels, which are these are smaller guys, kind of get tossed to the side as we don't get kind of ignored or almost made fun of because we don't have a larger, uh, group of people watching us. I hate to say followers. I hate to say because I don't feel like this is my community. I'm part of a bigger community. I refuse to listen to anyone who makes less than tens of millions. Those millionaires are peasants in this card game. No, I don't believe that either, Carlos. I think everybody should be listened to. I hope I didn't come across like that. I think everybody should have an equal amount, if that could be. It's an automatic, just like, he don't even have 1,000 followers. Sorry, I didn't want to buy bots because I think that's what happens a lot too. And prove me wrong, the ones that are out there that I think is doing that. So Allie played a little college, 30-plus minutes from me, Oregon State. There you go. Oregon State, powerhouse. I don't know how. Playing Oregon, cold, rainy, wet, and God, they can ball up there, man. Good for them. Good for them. But that's about all I got tonight. Just I'm trying to be more thoughtful in what I'm doing as a collector. It's not working too well for me right now. My pocket has been loose with buying shit. And but I know that. And now I just have to fix it a little bit. Not in a bad place, just not in the place I want to be. Like I said yesterday, I'm in a good spot in my life right now. I'm very happy with where I'm at. Mentally, not so much physically. I wish, can't wait to move. Was talking about that to myself today. But that will be coming up, and hopefully then I'll be better in a physical place as well. I need to work on my health, as we all do. Most of us need to. And but all in all, I'm pretty happy with things. We got the holiday season coming up, like Dave said. So everybody, I started seeing the Christmas Little Debbie cakes coming out today. So it's right there. I was like, geez, we can't even get to the Halloween Little Debbie. I didn't even see those this year. But I didn't look either because I'm trying to be a good boy. Trying to be a good diabetic. And I want to say thank y'all to everybody that said happy birthday to me, reached out in different ways. So I want to really appreciate that. And until see tomorrow night, 7:00, me and my dad will be talking. Hopefully watching, getting ready to watch Game 7 tomorrow night. And a good kickoff way to get that is to come by, have a little fun with my pops and I, and have some fun. I want to say thank you. I'm up to 7. No, it's not rating. That's me. I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. I am up to 730, so I don't know what's going on here last month or two. I want to say thank you to everybody, and let's keep churning it and get me to let's get to that 1,000 so people will take me seriously. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I think you need to.
Yeah.
I'm a 1,000 subscriber club member. You need to get there.
I need to get there. So, yeah. But anyway, until tomorrow night, like, share, tell a friend, message me down below. Give me some ideas for some Let's Talk. I'm gonna start hitting up some people, getting them on. I was gonna ask Carlos, but I knew Carlos wanted to watch the game. I didn't want to take away from him watching the game tonight for my birthday. I think he was safe. But anyway, till tomorrow night. See ya.